What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be telling you the fighters from every division that I think should either move up or down. Make sure you guys like and sub. Fuck Nina Drama, fuck John Jones. Let's get right into it. We'll start with the flyweights. There's one guy from flyweight that I think could move up. Because let's be honest, I'm not picking a bantamweight to move down. Because I just don't realistically think any of these bantamweights could make flyweight. So I'm going to pick someone from flyweight that should move up. Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno is one of my absolute favorite fighters in the UFC. Uh, but he's kind of completed flyweight. He's faced the who's who. He's faced Pantoja like 3 fucking times. He's already faced Roy Val. Like he's faced most of the top contenders at this point. He just beat Alblasi. He looked phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. It's probably his all-time best performance. With that being said, though, do I really need him to stay at flyweight at this point? Like the guy is literally already won the title. I think twice, right? Isn't he a two-time flyweight champion? I don't. He's definitely won it before. I think he's won it twice. So like, yes, I'm pretty sure he's a two-time flyweight champion. I just don't really see the point in him staying at flyweight and just yeah, maybe he could become like the flyweight goat or whatever. But it's like I think he should move to I just think he should move to bantamweight. I actually think he could have success at bantamweight. He doesn't look super drained when he makes weight at flyweight, but still like he looks, a little bit like a skeleton to where I'm like, all right, he might be stronger at bantamweight. He might be healthier. Him at bantamweight, I think, bro. I think he could beat a lot of those top guys. Like imagine him against Petr Yan, Cory Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley. I'd give him really, really good chances against a guy like Sean O'Malley. He's a good striker. Brandon Mareno is a really, really good striker. I know you guys gonna call me crazy. Well, Brandon Mareno at bantamweight, he'd be undersized. I'm telling you guys, bro, he's pretty fucking good. Like, if Figueiredo could be a successful bantamweight, and I think Brandon Moreno is a way better striker than Figueiredo. I do think Figueiredo has more power, but bro, that's the thing. If Moreno moved up, he might have more power now that he's stronger in a stronger weight class. I'm just saying, Brandon Moreno at bantamweight, I'd like to see it. Well, sticking with bantamweight, but this time we're gonna say who I think from bantamweight should move to featherweight. I'm gonna go with Cory the Sandman. Look at this guy. A lot of you guys are probably built like Cory Sandhagen. I think Cory Sandhagen should move up. He looks like a zombie on the scale sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, which is funny because he's so skinny. If Cory Sandhagen bulked up a little bit, put some muscle on, him at featherweight, he'd have success. I truly believe that. Look at Yair Rodriguez. He's another skeleton. Bro, Yair Rodriguez looks like a zombie on the scales too. And he's a featherweight. And he's skinny. I don't understand how these guys are skinny. Then they like, I don't get it. I don't understand how they're so skinny, but they look like they're about to die in the scales. I just hit my mic. They look like they're about to die in the scales. But anyways, Cory Sandhagen, look, he's good at bantamweight. I think he could beat a lot of these guys, but at the same time, he's already lost to Aljo, who I know is not in bantamweight, but still, he's already lost to Petr Yan. He lost to TJ Dillashaw. He already faced Song Yadong. He just lost to Umar. He probably loses to Marab. Yeah, I think he would probably have a lot more success at featherweight. Especially at the top, it's pretty top heavy with strikers. Arnold Allen, Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett, obviously Ilia Topuria, Diego Lopez. I mean, he is slash grappler, striker slash grappler, but still. But I think I'd fare his chances a lot against a guy like Arnold Allen, Yair Rodriguez. Those would be really fun fights. Not really much to say here. He could still have a run at bantamweight. He's not won the belt down there or anything like that. It's just he's a fucking skeleton. Like, come on, Cory, put on a little bit of muscle. Like he's built like fucking Shaggy from Scooby Doo. We all know the picture. So Cory Sandhagen moving up to featherweight, I would not mind it. Now going to featherweight. So this person I believe should move up, and that is Alexander Volkanovski. Obviously, Holloway's already moved up. Topuria, he's the champion. He shouldn't move up anytime soon. Volk should move up. Brother, you are one of the all-time... Look, he's just staring at me right now. Why? I'm the type of guy. I don't want to move to fucking lightweight. I can't really do the accent. Volkanovski, bro, like, I know you're looking at me right now. Move up, bro. You've completed featherweight. You've already completed the division. You've won the belt. You're one of the all-time best featherweight champions. Like, move to lightweight. I like his success. I like his chances at lightweight against a lot of those guys. He's going to be a stronger version of himself. Maybe he could bulk up a little bit. Instead of being this pudgy Volk that we saw when he faced Makachev in the rematch, a strong Volkanovski moving to lightweight. He's going to have a little more pop in his shots. He's not going to be as drained. Um, he's obviously one of the strongest guys at featherweight and probably would be one of the strongest guys at lightweight. I wouldn't mind his chances against Arman Sarukian, Charles Oliveira. I'd love to see Charles Oliveira, him versus Max Holloway and a quadrilogy. Fuck it. Dustin Poirier. I think one of Dustin Poirier, if he's going to have two more fights, well, he's saying he's going to have one more. Who fucking knows? Dustin Poirier has autism, but Volk versus Dustin Poirier, bit of a dream fight, but nonetheless, Volkanovski moving to lightweight. I think he'd have success. He probably would lose to Makachev if they had a third fight, but at the same time, a lot of people are just going to go off of the second fight and ignore the first fight. Like, how are you going to be like, oh, well, he got head kicked last time they fought? Yeah, and then the first time they fought, I thought Volk won that fight. And I thought it was a robbery, to be honest with you. It is what it is. This third fight, if it were to happen, I wouldn't mind his chances. So, I think Volk should move to lightweight. I think he'd have good success. I think he could do good against a lot of those guys. I mean, I'd pick him to be like Benoit Saint Denis, Beneil Dariush, probably Hanato Moicano. Yeah, I'd pick him to be Moicano. No offense, Money Moicano, but I'd pick him to beat a lot of those lightweights. I wouldn't mind the chances like against Sarukian and Charles, like I said. So I think he beats Chandler, of course. Like, I think there's a lot of fun fights for him up there. Volk, move up. You already completed featherweight. Time to move up, and then Max Holloway is gonna be like, "Oh, this fucking guy." All right, let's move on to the next division. This one was a little bit tougher, just because like I think a lot of these guys at lightweight are good. Fiziev is a name where I was like, maybe Fiziev could move to featherweight. Dan Hooker, no, like I think Michael Chandler should move up to welterweight. I think so. I was thinking maybe Charles, maybe, but Charles is not the biggest lightweight. I know he's like fucking, bro. He is. When Charles tries to make weight, the guy is like literally going through hell all the time. You see his coaches are like hugging him. He's like crying in the fucking sauna thing. Nonetheless, Michael Chandler is an absolutely freaking. Look at this guy. This guy looks like fucking American Psycho, fucking Patrick Bateman. By the way, just look at him. His beady eyes. He looks like the kind of cop that just turns off the body cam. Like he literally looks like that kind of cop. No offense, Michael Chandler. I think he should move to welterweight. I think Michael Chandler is a massive lightweight. But he'd be pretty massive at welterweight. I wouldn't mind his chances against a lot of those welterweights. He probably wouldn't have the most success, I'll be honest. But this one was just pretty hard to pick because it's just like who in lightweight should move up or down. It's not really a lot of names. But I think Chandler would have decent success at welterweight. I don't know. Michael Chandler, Bilal Muhammad. I don't know what would happen in that fight. He probably could beat a Leon Edwards, though. I don't really rate Leon Edwards the way a lot of people do, to be honest. I don't really think he's very good. He probably beats Gilbert Burns. Um, JDM, I think JDM just smacks him up on the feet. Um, I don't know who else. Shavkat probably submits him in like round 2 or 3. But Shavkat's shit now, so. Oh, well, according to the MMA community now, I don't know. Shavkat, it's like, was it a bad performance against Ian Gary? Yes, but is he terrible? No. Anyways, that's neither here or there. Michael Chandler moving up to welterweight. I'm not super enthused about this one, but it is what it is, dude. Michael Chandler, the kind of cop that would turn off the body cam. Sticking with welterweight, this one's kind of easy for me, just because a lot of these guys, Kamaru Usman should move to middleweight. Why hasn't he moved to middleweight? I have no fucking idea. He's a massive guy. He looks like a fucking zombie on the scales. He always makes weight, but like he still looks like a zombie on the scales. If he moved to middleweight, he would have his full strength. I wouldn't mind his chances against guys like Sean Strickland, who he has already beaten. I wouldn't mind his chances against DDP. Obviously we saw him and Hamza, which by the way, his last fight was in 2023. That's kind of crazy. Like Usman, what the fuck is Kamaru Usman doing? His last fight was in October of 2023. So he didn't fight all of last year. I don't know what Kamaru Usman is doing, but move to middleweight, bro. Like you're already one of the welterweight goats. Do I really want to see you against Bilal Muhammad and JDM? I mean, yeah, I mean those fights do kind of interest me. They do excite me. Like him versus Buckley, JDM, Bilal, Shavkat. Those fights do interest me, but at the same time, him at middleweight is just a whole new world. It's a whole new division. It's a whole new belt. It's just a whole new slew of contenders. I know maybe Adesanya being there, maybe I don't know what the connection is. Maybe he just doesn't want to move up because of Adesanya, but bro, who gives a fuck about Adesanya, bro? Just move. Stop worrying about these guys. Need to start being more selfish, brother. You and Adesanya aren't like really friends, bro. You guys are just both Nigerian, quote unquote. Is Adesanya even Nigerian? I don't know. I'm gonna be called racist for this, but who gives a fuck, bro? Like, hey, we're both black, so let's be friends. You guys don't have nothing in common. How much you guys want to bet Adesanya and Usman do not hang out outside of like work, bro? Let's be fucking honest. Adesanya plays with anime toys and does this in Japan, and he's a homo, bro. Like Usman is like he's got a wife and kids and a family. Fucking Adesanya is like pushing fucking 40 with no family. So I just wanted a whole little round Adesanya. My point is Usman moved to middleweight. You got a pretty good chance of beating guys like DDP and stuff. So as for middleweight, this one is easy. And I did a whole video on this. My yeah, Robert Whittaker should move to light heavyweight, bro. He just I don't know, bro. This guy's like, I don't know if maybe it would help his chin as well. Because, bro, the guy does the chicken dance every fight at middleweight. But even that aside, he's just conquered middleweight already. Like, I don't really want to see him face contenders again, bro. He's faced everybody except like Sean Strickland and like maybe Nasruddin Imavov and a couple of those other. Do I really care to see him versus Nasruddin Imavov? There's like maybe two or three fights I'd be interested in seeing him have at middleweight, and that's it. Don't really care for an Izzy rematch, a DDP rematch. I don't care for these fights. Hamzat rematch. I don't what the fuck. I don't care about this. Move to light heavyweight because I like his chances. And again, I said this. I like his chances against guys like Blachowicz, against guys like um Yuri. Pereira probably knocks him out. But that's a imagine Whittaker on a 3-fight winning streak at light heavyweight versus Alex Pereira. And if Alex Pereira beats him, that's another really, really good name on Alex's resume. And if Whittaker beats him, dude, what Robert Whittaker is gonna shoot up pretty highly in a lot of people's all-time great lists. So Robert Whittaker should absolutely move to light heavyweight. I think he'd have a lot of success. Why? Just fucking do it, all right? So yeah. He might be a bit undersized for it, but fuck it. Fuck it. Why not? I don't care how undersized he is. I'd still pick him to be fucking Carlos Oberg and fucking Khalil Roundtree. I'd definitely pick him to be Anthony Smith. Fuck Anthony Smith. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. This is one that's been spoken about for like a couple of years low key, but light heavyweight Yuri Prohaska should move to middleweight. Yuri, what are you doing, my boy? Look, Yuri is not undersized for light heavyweight. He's actually perfect for light heavyweight, he's kind of like Colby Covington in that. And sometimes Covington looks a little bit drained on the scales, but I doubt Yuri has to cut a lot of weight. Same with Colby. These guys are kind of perfect for their divisions, but the problem is size wise, right? Pause. But the problem is they've done it. Like with Yuri, it's like he's already won the belt, but he clearly can't beat Pereira. I'm sorry. His style and Pereira's style is not. He could beat Jamal Hill. He could beat Roundtree. I'd pick him to beat these guys, to be honest with you. I don't think he could beat Alex Pereira. I just think stylistically that's just not a good matchup for him at all. So that's why I think he should move to middleweight because he'd be a big middleweight. And bro, I like his chances a lot against guys like Strickland. maybe Strickland would just jab his face off, but Yuri's got a fucking weird style too. So like, can you imagine Yuri Prohaska against Dricus du Plessis? Please, guys, tell me that wouldn't be the most goofiest, silliest looking fight you've ever seen. Yuri doing the hands down uppercut with his fucking ponytail bobbing in the air, and then DDP throwing punches and brother, that would be it would actually funny enough, it'd probably be like a war, but it'd also be like, bro, Yuri, please move to middleweight. I want this one probably more than all of these on this list when I'm really looking at it, to be honest. Like Yuri moving to middleweight, the fights would be fun. Him versus Izzy, two of these guys that think they're Japanese samurais clashing. Maybe in Japan, Yuri versus Adesanya in Japan. Two non-Japanese guys who think they're Japanese. Like, imagine that. Yuri Prohaska moves to middleweight. I like his chances against a lot of the top contenders, to be honest, because he has power and he's just so wild. I don't know if he can make middleweight because, again, look at his physique. Like, he's pretty cut for light heavyweight. So, his nipples are staring right at me, bro. So, yeah, Yuri, move to middleweight, brother, because you're not beating Pereira. You're probably not beating Ankalaev if he beats Pereira. Hopefully not. So, yeah, sorry, Yuri, but I like you, Yuri. We're good buddies. We go way back, way back. But sorry, brother. So when I was looking at the light heavyweights, I was like, should any of these guys realistically move up? I mean, I just did Yuri moving down. Anthony Smith should move to heavyweight. No, honestly, you guys are gonna fucking. Where the fuck is he? Is he even ranked still? Here he is. Tai Tuivasa should move to fucking light heavyweight. I know. This is weird. This is a really weird one. I know. Trust me, I know. This is weird. Tai Tuivasa moving to look. I could have done this with a lot of these heavyweights because they're all just overweight. I'm just gonna point out Tuivasa, brother. You are fucking fat. Like this picture doesn't do it justice. He's way bigger than this picture like shows. To be honest, his belly's bigger. He's a fat motherfucker, bro. If this guy actually knew how to discipline himself, if his coaches actually knew how to do their job, because a lot of these guys are fat because their coaches are terrible. Because what is Tai Tuivasa's coaches doing? Just letting this guy eat Taco Bell before his fights? Like I'm not even trolling. That was really a thing. Tai Tuivasa, go on a crazy cut. Start working with fucking I don't know who's like good at losing weight. Mackenzie Dern, I don't know. Mackenzie Dern's probably good at cardio, but yeah, but no, but seriously, like Tuivasa, you're fat as shit. Lose some weight. I don't really have any. I don't care about the heavyweight division, so this is just that one is kind of bullshit. That's pretty much it for the fighters that I think should move up or down in weight. I think most of these fighters on this list would have success. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know something. I don't know, liking, comment, sub, what I don't. Goodbye.